So today is going to be a tip video about how to get your kids to love reading. I know sometimes kids just don't like to read. I know it's really hard as a parent. If you want them to get better with reading, you want them to read every day, but sometimes this can be a struggle. So I thought I'd give you some tips to get your child to love reading. So the first tip is to be excited about reading. Be excited about story time. Isaiah, Elijah, it's story time!
Yes!
Come on. Story time! Come on. Yay! Today we're gonna read Dragons Love Tacos!
Oh!
If you have story time every day with your kids, like, kids, it's story time! I don't want you to be like, it's time to read. Go get a book and read. Or you can't get on the iPad until you read. Or you can't watch TV until you read. I need you to be excited about it. So when you're excited, they will feed off of your energy and they'll be excited too. It really works, especially with young kids. It works because it works with my 6-year-old. Now 6-year-old, it works with Isaiah. So be excited about story time. The next tip, and this is for all my new moms out there, is to start reading to your children when they're babies. I could even go as far as to say to reading to them while they're in the womb, in the stomach. So I started reading to my children as soon as they came out, and now it's like routine. My 1-year-old, almost 2-year-old, he loves it when I read to him. So I just put him in my lap, I put the book in front of me, and I just read. He points to the pictures, he points to the pages, he points to the letters. Now he's starting to repeat some of those words, and that's how I have early readers, and they're reading before they get to elementary school because I've read with them since they were babies. So that is an awesome tip. I don't have the statistics on that, but I know it works. Read to your children when they are babies. Oh, the next tip is to use different voices when you read to your children. You have to use, if you have different characters in the story, give each character a different voice. It makes it animated, it makes it engaging, it makes the story fun for the kids.
Does a dinosaur stomp his feet on the floor and shout, "I want to hear one book more"?
So when you're reading to your children, especially your young children, use different animated voices. It works. They become excited about it. The next tip I have to get your kids to love reading is to make it a routine in the household. So when you're excited, when that tip I said about you being excited about reading, try to do it at the same time every day. Hey kids, it's story time! So they know, oh, story time. They run up to the bookshelf. This is what my kids do. I say, it's story time. They run up to the bookshelf, they grab the books, and I let them choose the books that they want to read. So that brings me to my next tip. Make sure that they choose books that they love to read. So what I usually do is I will choose 2 books, and then I'll let Isaiah choose 2 books, and then I'll choose a book for Elijah. So we do story time together. So I try to get a book on Elijah's level. Like right now we're just reading books that have ABCs, and then I'll let Isaiah choose a book that he's going to read to me, and then I'll choose books to read that I read to both of them, because I have 2 children, so I have to mix it up a little bit. But the tip is let your kids choose books that they want to read. Let them choose their own books. So my next tip is to let your kids see you reading. The saying goes, everybody knows the saying, actions speak louder than words. So if they see you reading, they'll want to read with you, or they want to get a book as well. So let me tell you a funny story. The other day, I was reading my book on the couch. It was a chapter book, and Isaiah was like, "Mom, what kind of book is that with no pictures?" And I said, it's called a chapter book. And he said, I want a chapter book. So I was like, oh, of course, he can read. So I will get him a chapter book. I'll get him like an early reader chapter book. So if they see you reading, they'll want to read as well. Model, don't just say do as I say and not as I do, but model it as well. So you'll have to read, let them see you reading so they can know, oh, I'm reading for fun. And you can read for fun too. My next tip is to continue, even when your child starts to read by themselves, you still need to read to them, because you can still model things that they may not know. So you say exclamation points, you'll read it with expression. You use those voices I was talking about. So Isaiah has started reading like me. He hasn't quite mastered it yet, but he's trying to read with expression as well. So even though he can read himself, and even though your child can read themselves, I need you to still read to them. So that's the tip. Still continue to read to your children even though they can read themselves. My next tip is to read a book, watch a movie. A lot of books. There are so many books that have movies that go with them. So you can promise the child, after you read the book, promise them that you can watch the movie afterwards. So some of the books that have movies off the top of my head are like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The Jungle Book, Where the Wild Things Are, The Polar Express, The Cat in the Hat. These are all awesome books that also have movies that go along with them. So you can read the book and let them watch the movie. So for your older kids, I would say starting in 3rd, 4th grade, maybe, there are a lot of chapter books that have movies as well, like Matilda, Holes, James and the Giant Peach, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Charlotte's Web. There are just so many books that have movies that go along with them. Harry Potter, that was like a big thing in my school last year. Everybody was reading the Harry Potter books, and of course there are so many Harry Potter movies. The Hunger Games, that's another one for the older kids. I would say probably middle, high school. But there are so many books that have movies that go with them. So promise them that they'll be able to watch the movie after they've read the book, and it just makes it more engaging and more exciting. And then the activity you can do after that is compare and contrast the book to the movie. How are they the same? How are they different? So the tip is to read the book, watch the movie. So my last tip is one that you can do when the libraries open back up. I'm not even sure if bookstores are open right now, but what I would do is I would take Isaiah to the bookstore, and I'll just let him browse. We'll find a little area, and we'll go to Barnes and Nobles and we'll read. We'll also do the same thing with the library. We'll go to the library, he'll browse, find some books he likes, and we'll just kind of like spend a little day or time in the library or the bookstore. So after this COVID-19, take trips to the bookstore, take trips to the library with your child, and make it a fun experience for them. So that way it can become a habit when they get older. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some information from it. I hope that you can use some of the tips in your own house. Start with 1 or 2 of them, and I promise you they will work if you do them. When you're excited about story time, you be excited. When you read with silly voices, make sure you go all in, okay? And if you have a newborn, start reading to them right now. I promise it will work, because I've modeled it and I've done it with my own children. So whatever tip you like the best, mention it in the comments below and let me know what you love. If there are other things tips you want to know about, educational wise, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll make a video of it. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the like button, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.